While Germany built precision instruments, the Soviet Union built sledgehammers, crude, rough, but unstoppable. They traded finish for firepower and quality for quantity. From the sniper duels of Stalingrad to the tank battles of Kursk, today we rank the top 20 Soviet Army weapons of World War II, the tools that broke the back of the Wehrmacht. Let's wind up the machine. Infantry Backbone, rifles and pistols. Mosin-Nagant M9130, the 3-line rifle. Weighing 4 kilograms, it was a crude bolt-action spear that refused to freeze. It wasn't pretty, but it was tough. With 37 million units produced, it turned peasants into soldiers and was the weapon of choice for the deadliest snipers in history. SVT-40, the Russian Garand, a semi-automatic rifle weighing 3.85 kilograms. It was complex and hated by conscripts who couldn't clean it, but loved by elites like the naval infantry. Even the Germans prized captured SVTs, often preferring them over their own rifles. Tokarev TT-33, the Red Officer's Fist. Weighing 0.8 kilograms, it fired a high-velocity 7.62 millimeter round that could penetrate thick German winter coats and helmets. It lacked a safety catch because in the Red Army, the only safety you needed was a trigger finger. Nagant M1895 revolver, the Relic, a unique 7-shot revolver weighing 0.8 kilograms. It featured a weird gas seal system that increased velocity. Because of this seal, it was one of the only revolvers that could be fitted with a silencer, making it a favorite for NKVD assassins. Close quarters and explosives. PPSH-41, the soldiers called it Papasha, Daddy. Weighing 3.6 kilograms, this submachine gun sprayed 900 rounds per minute from a massive 71-round drum. It was the ultimate trench sweeper. German soldiers loved captured Papasha so much, they often ditched their own MP-40s. PPS-43, born in the siege of Leningrad. Made of stamped steel sheets, it weighed just 3 kilograms, ugly, simple, and requiring almost no machining time. It was the best submachine gun of the war, simply because you could build thousands of them while the city was starving. F-1 grenade, the Limonka, Little Lemon. Weighing 0.6 kilograms, it was a defensive grenade with a massive 200-meter shrapnel radius. The rule was simple: you throw it and you hide immediately, or the Limonka kills you too. Molotov cocktail, a bottle, gasoline, and a rag, the weapon of desperation. Used effectively during the early days of the invasion to blind German tanks in urban combat. Cheap, dangerous to the user, but legendary.
The support, machine guns. DP-27, nicknamed the record player because of its flat pan magazine on top, it weighed 9.1 kilograms. It was the standard light machine gun of the squad, rugged and reliable in the snow. It provided the covering fire for the great Ura charges. Maxim 1910, a relic from the Tsar's era. Weighing a massive 64 kilograms, it sat on a heavy wheeled mount called a Sokolov. It was water-cooled and could fire forever. It looked ancient, but it mowed down waves of German infantry in the defense of Moscow. DSHK 1938, the Dashka, the Soviet answer to the American .50 caliber. Weighing 34 kilograms, it fired a massive 12.7 millimeter round. It tore through German half-tracks, trucks, and low-flying planes. It was pure heavy metal brutality. Heavy killers, artillery, and anti-tank. PTR-D41, the shoulder breaker, a single-shot anti-tank rifle weighing 17 kilograms. It was nearly 2 meters long. It fired a massive bullet meant to punch through panzer tracks and viewports. It was crude, but it gave the desperate infantry a way to fight tanks. ZIS-3 field gun, the masterpiece of Soviet artillery, a 76mm divisional gun that could be used as artillery or a direct-fire tank killer. It was produced in such huge numbers, over 100,000, that the Germans simply couldn't destroy them fast enough. BM-13 Katyusha, the Germans called it Stalin's organ, a truck-mounted rocket launcher that screamed as it fired. It lacked accuracy, but it didn't need it. It drowned entire grid squares in fire and shrapnel, terrifying the enemy. Su-76, the crew called it the Suka, or the bare-assed Ferdinand, because it was open-topped and cold. Weighing 10 tons, it was the second most produced armored vehicle after the T-34, a mobile light cannon that supported infantry everywhere. The Red Steamroller, tanks. Su-152, the troops called it the Zveroboy, the Beast Slayer. Weighing 45 tons, it carried a massive 152mm howitzer. It didn't just penetrate Tiger tanks, its high-explosive shells blew their turrets clean off. Pure concussion power. KV-2, the Dreadnought, instantly recognizable by its gigantic boxy turret. Weighing 52 tons, it fired a 152mm concrete-busting shell. It was slow, top-heavy, and often tipped over, but when it hit something, that something ceased to exist. KV-1, the Clement Voroshilov, a 45-ton monster. In 1941, German anti-tank guns simply bounced off its hide. Stories exist of a single KV-1 holding up an entire German division for days. It was a moving fortress. T-34, the Legend, the tank that won the war. Weighing 26 tons, its sloped armor shocked the Germans. It was fast, reliable, and produced in the tens of thousands. It was the Rodina on tracks. IS-2, the Iosif Stalin, the answer to the German King Tiger. Weighing 46 tons, it carried a massive 122mm gun. It was designed for one thing, the assault on Berlin. It smashed through concrete bunkers and heavy armor alike, signaling the end of the Reich.